Hello, welcome. Today I'll be interviewing Ms. Aleksandra Lipa on fitness and what it takes to become a successful PT trainer.
Yay!
Thank you for taking time off from your busy schedule.
Anytime.
Thank you. Okay, so the first question is, what is it about fitness that makes you so passionate?
The main reason is it's not just only helps with the way you look. It's just like a general benefit to your health, to your mood. Obviously, even if you have to deal with other issues outside the gym, it kind of, that mindset you already got established, helps you with everything. So it's just everything. For me, it's not just only, about getting fit. It's because it's got those other aspects to it. So that's why. And it really is enjoyable when I can help other people to see that as well.
Wonderful. So, what is your favorite workout and why?
My favorite workout?
Yes.
Do you know what? Every single one, pretty much. But don't get me wrong. At the beginning, I hated it every single bit. I hated every single bit. So I just had this idea in my head that I just have to do this regardless. So I hated it. I think the love comes after. Yeah, but okay. So one of my favorites. Well, I have to say something. I don't know. Just I love my leg days. Because it's very hard. And I like hard, and also I love my second favorite. It must be the shoulders, the shoulder workouts and everything, because I like to build them.
Great. Okay. So speaking about yourself, at what point in your life did you start taking fitness seriously and felt it as a necessity rather than a passing time hobby?
There was a time I remember, obviously, there was this program on TV, I don't know if you remember, Come Dine With Me. Yeah, so it's just like 4 people getting together, and then each of those people are cooking, and one of my so-called friends then, she's like, oh, you'll never apply for it. And okay, of course I'm going to apply, thinking nothing of it. I did apply, then go back to me, and they actually chosen me, and they said, yes, you're going to be in this program, blah, 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 because we think you're good for that. I was like, oh my God, so then I had to do it. And it was fun filming and everything, but then obviously it was all aired on TV, and then, I saw myself on TV. And I just didn't like what I see, and I couldn't believe that I actually looked like that. Because, sometimes when you look in the mirror, you live in denial, you do like a good angle and everything. Yeah, I look alright.
With all those filters and
yeah, now you've got those filters. We didn't have it back then. But you do the good angle, whatever. And now it's even worse because you got the filters and this is not exactly how you look. But, when you got that recorded on the camera, you see yourself then. It's just like, oh my God. So then I just decided, I was like, I'm not going the right direction. Something needs to be changed. I don't like to look like this, and I don't like people seeing me like this. It's not a good look. So that's when I started to realizing that I need to change something. I need to do something because I just didn't like what I see, and I think that was just like a breaking point where something clocked in me, and I needed to change something. So that was it.
Okay, so with that in mind, altogether, being a PT and just being someone that just comes to the gym and trains, altogether, how long have you been involved in this fitness industry?
So 10 years, obviously from the initial decision. As for being a PT, I think, so obviously I've trained maybe for 2 years. Yeah, first year it was just obviously still establishing what I really wanted to do, is this just only for me, just to improve myself, or is this something for me I want to do for the future? And after the first year of me doing training, I'm like, you know what, if I could do that, I want to show people that, what they can do that too. Because there's so many unhealthy people, so many, all this different health issues these days, and everything what comes within your own decisions if you do this in time. So yeah, I think maybe after 2 years of training, I've started to study everything for personal training, nutrition and everything, so I can actually qualify to do that full time. And I think that was the best decision I've ever made. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. And it's like, it just makes me happy to see like other people want to get better, do better for themselves. So yeah, 10 years training, but as a qualified PT, maybe 8.
So altogether?
10.
Okay.
Altogether 10.
Yes. All right. So in terms of your journey entering the world of fitness and then eventually becoming a PT, what struggles did you have to encounter in any way?
So obviously there's like every single journey, there is lots of struggles. You know, it depends what kind of person you are and how you deal with that as well. And I wasn't as strong at the beginning, but I think one of the main ones was just like, obviously, then after, you know, you got your own qualifications and everything, just establish yourself as a PT. You know, so that was really hard. You know, I mean, because at the when you're already qualified and when you got some experience, and you know, it's hard to establish that client base and you know yourself as a business as well as a PT. So I think that was one of my biggest struggles. Like, you know what, at my beginnings, few years back, 7 years back, 8 years back, just establish yourself as a PT. It does require lots of effort. You need to, you know, constantly, you know, try to show around that you're good, that you can do this, you know what, and then, you know, try to get some recommendations and everything. I think this process there is very difficult.
Have you, like, obviously when we do fitness ourselves or when we train other clients, sometimes it's not easy to be that dedicated. Have you ever had a moment of a wobble, like you just want to give up? And just
every time, all the time. Every time. So it's like people sometimes look at me and they think like, oh my God, you don't know nothing, you don't know, because look at you. And it's like, I do, trust me, I do. I've been there. There was a times like, you know, I was getting to the point like, you know, it was like, oh, I was tired. I couldn't put myself together to get to the gym or something. I just didn't want to do this again. And I was asking myself the questions like, why just lay down in bed, don't do this, you know, like everyone else does. But at the end, I still had that little, you know, light in my head telling me, why the hell did you start? Always remember that, like, if you're not going to do this today, where you're going to be again? So, you know, that kind of always clicked that. But of course, I didn't want to do this. Most of the times I didn't want to do this at the beginning. As I said, mentioned before, the love came afterwards, you know? So, yeah.
Right. Okay, I know you've touched upon this, but if you can go in more depth, what has motivated you to keep going forward, you know?
So the fact that I just seen the end product. You know, I've just seen like that picture which I had in my head, how I want to look and how I want to have my life. And I knew that, you know what, if I'm not going to do these little bits daily, you know, which inquires to get there eventually, I will never get there. You know, so that was my picture. Also was my kids. I mean, they were really little at that time. And some people might think, oh yeah, it's very difficult with kids and everything, but for them, because I wanted that health and that, you know, healthy lifestyle for them too, you know, so that end product, that goal which I had in my head, and also my kids, because I didn't want them to be, you know, having a lifestyle where it's not necessarily the healthy lifestyle, you see. So I thought, if I'm going to give them a good example as well, you know, as for healthy lifestyle and everything else, you know what, then that's what's going to happen to them as well. So that was like my main motivations, my main goal, and obviously my children, because I wanted them to go the right direction as well.
Okay.
I wanted to be a good example on this.
No, that's very good. As a PT, what motivates you to keep on going?
Same thing.
Same thing.
So I just, before even getting a client, I already think about that client. Yeah, so it's like, it's not really about the project. It's like the will because you know when you see the world and you see like how much is happening now and how unhealthy people get and all these viruses and everything, and you know what, you just think to yourself like, how can you keep up this vibe of healthy of healthy lifestyle, and that motivates me, because I know that even if it's just only one person somewhere there, you know what, and they struggle with, you know, getting healthier, getting fitter, even if it's just that one person, and I can have an impact on that, then that motivates me. I will find that person somewhere, you know. So I think that's what motivates me.
Fabulous. So obviously you've been in this industry for quite some time, and we now live in a digital world and everything. So throughout your journey, have you ever encountered or tolerated any negative vibes?
I know maybe that happens sometimes, you know, with certain, but like as for myself, I actually never much experience with kind of negative vibes. Whoever I was around from the same industry, and whoever I was like trying to hang around with me, I found it like it was always something positive. It always taught me something better for myself. And it always was like, you know, motivating. You see, so I think all this journey, it was a very positive impact, and all the people I can't recall any kind of like negativities if it comes to all my journey. I think, except from obviously those struggles sometimes, and when I didn't want to get myself up and go sometimes, you know what, that I don't think you can count that as a negative, you know, that's just something which is within you, you know, but as from like outside, no, I always had lots of support actually, believe it or not. Yeah.
Okay, so what about like, because to my understanding, obviously now, you know, when we do certain exercise or something, we usually put it out on social media, which is fine. But do you ever get those mean, negative messages? Oh, what are you doing? You, or like, you know, like women, there's a stereotype of us to be a certain way, like our bodies to be a certain way. Have you ever had those kind of?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely, that's going to happen. I mean, in today's world, especially when the media is messing with your head, you know, I think everything is put on media. People live that illusion of, you know, how your life should look like, rather than actually looking at your life and trying to get it better. So absolutely, I mean, like obviously when I started, it wasn't that popular, all these social media platforms like it is right now. But I do use social media to obviously advertise my business, and you know, whatever I do that because I think, you know, it does help. But I did get the comments like, obviously, oh, you look like a bloke or something, stop trading, like this kind of thing. But you know what, because obviously over the years I've already established and I've learned that this is going to happen, because people will hate, you know, people will look at you and then just, you know, feel better when they can obviously
make you feel better.
Yeah, you know, so probably those people, like, they are sad people at home, you know, have nothing else for themselves, so like, oh, let me make myself feel better to say something bad about her. Yeah. And I'm just like, you know, I don't mind those comments, I always leave them there. So I think it motivates me even more. I'm not, oh really, so then I'm gonna show you more. It's like, you know, it's like, it just depends how you take it. You see, it's your personal choice. Like if you're gonna sit at home and just get wind up about what people say and how they react to it, it's like, you're doing this to yourself. But if you decide, like, you know what, none of these comments or nothing like that can touch you, like you're gonna do your best regardless, then I don't feel much negativity. You know, I always turn every single negativity which might be there, and somebody might think this is a negativity, then I will turn this negativity into positive thinking. So
good on you. Good on you. Okay, so obviously what I want to also touch upon is, you know, in this gym, or in the gyms that maybe I've seen, or from what I've seen, like there's not much women PT as there should be in comparison to men.
Yeah.
Or etc. etc. Have you ever felt intimidated by the number of men in comparison to women, whether they come in?
I mean, like, I know obviously again stereotype, You know, men are more gym rats than women.
Yeah.
But and we here in our gym, obviously, we've got more male PTs than female, right? So, but I think it must be just coincidence, because what I'm experiencing is like more women out there like doing this now, you know, as for general, like that's what I think, like more women, obviously, even all those social media, there's so many of these women fitness people, whatever. So I've never felt intimidated by the man being a PT. Obviously my coach was a guy as well, and I think he just taught me a bit of, obviously, that, you know, more male point of view as well, so it kind of made me even stronger. But like, I never felt intimidated. I felt supported from my colleagues, if anything, but you know, I felt like there was not much you know, of the gap between female and male personal trainers these days. Like, it's common and normal for PT to be a woman these days. I mean, like, I don't really see, you know, that big like gap in between. So
so obviously you mentioned stereotypes. So what do you think is the biggest misconception when you put women and fitness in the same equation? What do you think out there is so misconcepted?
That's the I mean, yeah, that the woman shouldn't be obviously getting muscles or doing those. They shouldn't be. You know, that's the biggest one for me, because why? Why not? You know, if the woman feels that this is something what she likes and she feels good about it, and then she wants to get fitter and she wants to, like, you know, look a little bit different, so why not? What's the difference? You know, that's how I felt. Yeah, I've just learned to, like, don't care about it.
So you have a thick skin.
Yeah, very thick.
Okay, so if someone wants to do something like yourself, like for example, come to the gym and you know, do regular exercises, and then eventually start thinking about being a PT, what skills and strength does women especially need to survive in this industry?
You have to have passion for it. So that is the main thing, because if you're just gonna think to yourself, okay, I'm gonna do the PT course, I'm gonna do PT course studies because that's how I can earn money, and you treat it as a job, you will never be successful.
Yeah.
You will always struggle. You will always say, oh, how do you do that? How do you do that? But it's because you purely haven't got the passion for it. If you don't have a passion for it, then maybe you're just in the wrong business. You see, I think it just starts with a passion. So like for myself, as I mentioned already, I literally love to be with my clients. It's the best times of my days, like if I can spend a session with a client, show them how to do this, how to get better. You know, I literally enjoy it the most. But on the other hand, there's got people who don't, and they just like they don't want to be there. They just do it because they think, okay, I'm gonna earn money from it. So this is my main advice. Like, first of all, if you don't love what you do, and if you don't love this fitness industry, if you don't love to be around this, and if you don't feel the pleasure from helping people, then maybe this is not for you.
So how do you see the future for the fitness industry? How do you see the future?
Well, I think it's getting bigger, that's for sure. Because remember, when I started, it hasn't been like this. It's been obviously still there, like, you know, fitness, but now I see there's more gyms being open, people paying more attention to this healthy lifestyle, you know, even though they might be a little, you know, skeptical at, you know, starting this healthy lifestyle, they still thinking about that, you know. So I think it's going good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be.
Do you think? Obviously, we have been living in a pandemic for almost a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Do you think how do you think the COVID has impacted?
I
the
think
fitness industry?
I think it's had, well, it was like maybe a little bit kick to some people, because obviously being locked in and not being able to do anything and seeing, like, you know, lack of any kind of movement, any kind of activities, you know what, doesn't really do you any good. You know what, so now when everything is back open, they're like, you know what, I need to do something about that. So maybe it was a good thing at some point, you know, for some people to realize that, you know what, this is the way, because I think, you know what, many people, I think after pandemic, they came here, I've never seen them before. So like, you know what I mean, it's like.
So you're saying that the COVID has, you know, made them more enthusiastic about fitness.
Yes, and about healthy lifestyle,
made
absolutely.
them to be more appreciative with everything.
I think so, definitely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.